Welcome to quiz number 2 on complex number. And here we're going to explain some of the questions that most of you got wrong. And these questions are number 5, number 8, number 10, and number 11, particularly number 11. Now note here about 36.7% of you got it right, so please pay attention to this particular question. Now here's question number 5. Well, look at this question, finding the roots. So this means we are actually solving a quadratic equation. So first we need to recall is the quadratic formula for solving quadratic equation. Now we applied this, instead of x, we use z. Note here inside the square root, i.e. the discriminant, we have 36 minus 40, so we will have imaginary roots. Now note that here the square root of minus 4 is actually 4 times the negative 1. So the square root of 4 is 2, and the root of negative 1 is I. Then we take our common factor and we simplify. Hence the answer here is A. Now question 8 asks us to find which of the following is not true. So we need to check each of these one by one. So let's check A. Now note that here I make the common denominator as I. So the I to the cube need to times it by I end up with I to the 4. And if you recall, the cycle of I, the value comes from I squared, negative 1, I cubed is minus I, and I to the 4 is 1, and I to the 5 gets me back to I. So in this case, I to the 4 substitute the value of 1. I now have 2 over I, which does not equal 0. So A could be one that we're not, the one that we don't want. Okay, so this is not true. So this is the one we might think of selecting, which is not true. So let's look at the others. Make sure I've got it right. So B. So the denominator here is I to the 3. So times it through by common denominator I to the 3. So now I got I to the 4. So 1 minus I to the 4 over I to the cube. And substitute what we know of the value of I to the 4 as of 1. So in 1 minus 1, that is 0. So B is true. Now also C is true because I to the 4 is equal to 1. So now let's check on D. Now I squared is of negative 1. So 1 over negative 1 is negative 1. And negative 1 is precisely of I squared. So D is also true. So A is the correct answer. Right, now in question 10, we have minus 6I. So we want to realize the denominator, and we have to do something about that. So to get rid of the I on the bottom, we need to times both top and bottom by I. So we end up with I squared. Now that we have I squared on the bottom, we could substitute the value of I squared. that we know of as -1. So now the expression here, the denominator is simply 6. We simplify. Hence the answer here is D. In question 11 here, we got -6 plus 2i. Now be careful when you try to realize the bottom here, because of the -6 don't look very friendly at all. So what I suggest you do, we take out the minus sign on the denominator. So now I have -2 on the outside, and the bracket inside now becomes -i. So now I know what to do. I time top and bottom by 3 plus I. Now note that the denominator here will become a positive value because I squared is of -1. So we substitute I value, I squared is equal to -1. So on the bottom we will have 9 minus -1, which is 10. Hence we simplify. And the final answer here is A. So please take another look if not too sure. You can pause and play by any time and continue, see if you could get it right this time. So have another try. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.